we go from Denver. Taken in at the 3. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is. And boom, we've got a score on the board. A fumble return on the opening kickoff.
And this is where all the tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time.
But man, those bratwursts, they're good, Charles. They're good. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Murray now. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Murray off play action. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with a run by Barkley. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray back near his goal line. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also,
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Joey Bosa, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw, it's Murray. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Murray now to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And he'll find Moreau here. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
The Broncos at 11-5 on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Faking the give, Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown! Foster Moreau, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos have moved out in front.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill? And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Darnold.
And hitting Juju on the slant. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Now Jones. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. Thank you. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
An even 100 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Room here to run. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. An inside give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Darnold going to take it and just back this one forward to his wideout. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. Touchdown, Broncos! Juju Smith-Schuster, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. There's Chris Olave. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Here's Murray. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Harold Landry, the offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And well, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
117 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Darnold. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And Ingram holds it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
And this is going to be intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the gun, Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. To throw again on second down. Murray. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jawan Bentley in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Cameron Sutton, and the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
There with a tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now Darnold keeps it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it's a first down for the Broncos.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again to Jones.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Denver,
a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Packers,
they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-14.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Cubone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, give me pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, let the sound system, let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumental. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, let the sound system, let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I can beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them.